So next year you're going to add to the P&L next year. Kalau loss pun, you bawa juga loss, but next year you're going to minus, okay, loss BD from last year. Okay, so this is the format ni. The new format for you. Okay, tak adalah banyak sangat beza pun. Okay, the differences are here under the expenses. You have these three: debenture interest, directors remuneration, and audit fees. These three are not the expenses in sole proprietorship and partnership, only in company. And then, okay, this appropriation part. Okay, after you get net income, what should we do? Calculate the tax. Then plus earnings last year. Okay, then okay, whatever amount that we have, then only we pay for the dividends and we transfer to reserve. Whatever left, okay, as the balance, we transfer again to the next year. So that's it. This is the format of SOPL. Okay, we move on to the format of financial position. Okay, again, company's name. Jangan combine statement of financial position for ABC company ke tak ada, no. Company's name first, clearly stated there, okay. And then statement of financial position as at the day, for example, today is 9, as at 9 May, M-A-Y, okay, 2021. Okay. Then we start with non-current assets as normal, as usual. Okay. Sama je macam sole proprietorship, partnership company sama. Land without any accumulated depreciation, plant and buildings, fixtures and fittings, motor vehicles, equipment. Okay, so transfer the accumulated depreciation, find the net book value. Okay, if you have investment, okay, like what I mentioned in the last class, investment meaning our business invest in other businesses, that is our asset. Kalau orang luar invest in our businesses, that is equity or liability. Okay, so careful. Okay, then we have current assets as normal, inventories, AR minus AFDD, okay, bank, cash, and all the prepaid expenses. Okay. Current liabilities ni, kan I did mention to you, okay, you have 5 new terms, okay, 5 new accrued, okay. So first, accrued directors remuneration, accrued audit fees, accrued debenture interest. Okay, yang nombor 3 dekat sini tadi. If you have an accrued for these 3. Then what else? Accrued corporation tax. 4. What else? The accrued or the final dividends. 5 tu. Okay. So accrued directors remuneration, accrued audit fees, accrued directors interest, okay, going down, accrued corporation tax, okay, going down, final dividends or proposed dividend. Normally we don't call accrued, we call it either final dividends or proposed dividend for the ordinary and for the preference. Okay, so that is the current liabilities. Okay, other current liabilities, bank overdraft, okay. Any other accrued expense lah, accrued electricity ke whatever. Okay. Then you get the working capital. This is your net asset. Macam biasa. Okay. Under finance by section. Okay. Then kita ada 2. Okay. When I taught you last class regarding the equity of a corporation. Okay. So under equity you have 2. One is shareholders equity. The other one is a reserve. Okay. So gariskan dia di sini. Okay, so ada 2. One is shareholders equity regarding the shares, okay, ordinary shares and preference shares. Which one comes first here, ordinary ke preference ke? It's up to you. Okay. See, you have here authorized and issued. Authorized meaning the maximum shares that you can issue. Issued shares meaning the shares that you really sold, that you have sold during that year. Okay. And then we have reserve here, okay, retained earnings meaning under revenue reserve, okay. Capital reserve if you have, ni capital earnings that year daripada P&L, yang balance last P&L tu, ni retained earnings, jangan pula you ambil retained earnings yang last year, okay. So retained earnings for that year, okay. And all the other capital reserve and revenue reserve. Capital reserve, share premium, revaluation reserve. Okay. And then revenue reserve, other revenue reserve could be apa tu, general reserve, okay, and then replacement reserve because retained earnings dah ada kat sini. Okay, so you total up shareholders equity plus with the reserve. This is the amount of the owner's equity. Okay, owner's equity of the company. Because sometimes, okay, in exam, we don't ask you to do the full format of the SOPL, SOFP. Okay, we ask only the owner's equity. Okay, so bila dia kata owner's equity, meaning shareholders equity plus reserve. Okay, so that is owner's equity, alright. Okay. And then, okay, for the finance by, you kena faham, finance by, it is where this section, okay, meaning here it will list down the people, okay, from whom you get the capital or from whom your company has been financed from. Finance, meaning dia dapat duit tu daripada mana, okay. So this part is actually from the owner. So that's why we call it owner's equity. Yang lagi satu ni, this is your liability, people outside. So you cannot actually combine owner's equity with creditors. This is your creditors as well. So that's why kalau in exam, dia suruh you list down owner's equity akan stop kat sini. Jangan macam mana, okay? Because debentures holders are your creditors. They are not owner. Macam juga kalau you ada bank loan, for example. The bank is not your owner. The bank is a creditor because they let you get loan from them. They grant you loan. But they are not the owner of the business. So careful, kalau dalam exam we ask you owner's equity, stop kat sini. Kalau you don't understand what is the meaning of owner's equity, kalau dia tanya finance by section, yes, you have to include together with long-term liabilities. Okay, hopefully that is clear. Sebab student dia selalu je, because they don't understand. When we ask them owner's equity, dia bagi semua finance by section sampai last. Memang akan ada deduction of marks sebab you don't understand what is the meaning of owner's equity. Owner's equity cuma on the owner. So apa yang owner tu punya? Owner invest, so meaning shares. Okay, profits that transfer into reserve, that is also the whatever that is owned by the owner. Tapi bukan lagi in terms of tapi reserve account. Alright, so these are the owner's equity. Okay, so careful regarding the format. Okay, done. Okay, now we're going to look at the illustration. Macam mana dia calculate and so on. Okay, so signature, again, this illustration is in your textbook, page 265. Okay, page 265. Okay, signature kitchen Sdn Bhd is concerned solely with the sale of the kitchen unit. Now, ini pun kadang-kadang student dah confused dekat sini, dia tak boleh. Now, in exam, subjek apa pun, okay, don't bother with actually, now your mind tu kadang-kadang tu dia macam kalau if you don't really understand English, then you cannot do that particular subject. No, okay. Meaning if you don't understand, just try to actually affect, okay, your understanding of the rest of the question. For example here, katalah kita bagi you, this particular company sells something here, okay, the product, which you don't understand. What is that product? You haven't heard about the product. You do not know the product. Some students find it that if you don't understand the first statement, then you cannot do the rest of the question. Okay. But then this question would affect you actually. What type of product that this business is selling, it doesn't matter. What is matter is that all the figures that are given to you. Okay, so that's why actually for your level, okay, your English punya, your English ability tu, okay, is not going to affect you. Dia tak kisah you terror ke tidak ke dalam English, no. Okay, what is important is whether you understand accounting or not. What should we do or not in accounting? So don't bother, okay, don't bother yang terror English ke tak terror English ke. If English actually comes into this picture, actually I cannot study, okay, because my English was not good, still not good. Okay, but why I can still do, I can still teach my friends when I was a student. See, okay, so don't take that one as a barrier for you. If you don't understand English, you cannot do accounting, you cannot do maths, no, nothing to do with that. But you need to understand. And then when you read, let's say when you read accounting ke apa ke, any subject, okay, when you don't understand one particular word, don't refer to dictionary. Then don't understand one word, refer to the dictionary. No, because you will get frustrated, you will feel tired. You just guess the meaning. Guess the meaning first. Okay, guess. Bila you baca tu, you boleh tahu apa sebenarnya dia punya meaning of that particular word. Okay, sebab kalau you refer, you cari meaning dia tu, you akan rasa depressed. Okay. So we continue, Okay, so whatever product that they sell doesn't matter. Okay, ini kitchen unit, meaning whatever that you need, okay, in that in the kitchen, the furniture or whatever. The authorized capital, see, they give you the authorized capital consists of 1 million units. 50 cents, this is the value of the share. What type of share? Ordinary. Okay, so this is the number of units. This is the value. This is the type of share. And 500,000 units, RM1 the value of preference shares. Tapi preference shares dia akan bagi a fixed percentage. Remember, preference shares, dividends, there is a limit. I did mention to you. Okay, the difference between ordinary and preference shares. Tengok, okay, from the beginning of the year, preference shares will have a limit already, 7%. So the dividends that you can pay to your preference shareholders only up to 7%. Cannot be beyond that. Okay, and then, okay, dia akan bagi authorized share capital either di sini, okay, either in the first paragraph, or dia akan bagi dekat sini under the additional information, because authorized is just the maximum shares. There is no accounting double entry yet, no transaction yet regarding the authorized share capital. Okay, so dia tak akan masuk dalam list. Kalau dia masuk pun dia tak akan involve calculation. Okay, value dia mungkin akan tulis kat sini je ke, okay, dia tak akan masuk calculation because no double entry done on the authorized yet. Okay, so you see, ordinary no percentage, preference shares ada percentage because this is the maximum that we can pay to our preference shareholders. Okay, right, then they give us the accounts, the list of the account. Tengok, ordinary share capital 50 cents, 50,000. This is issued share. Yang tadi tu authorized, this is issued. Ordinary. 7% preference shares, RM1 each, 40,000. General reserve dah ada dah from previous year. Okay, share premium also dah ada dah from, see, normally debentures, they will give you the percentage already. What is the meaning of this percentage? This is actually the percentage on the interest. So when you calculate this interest, 10% multiply with 20,000, meaning 2,000 that you need to pay back as the interest. So every year compulsory 2,000. Then you akan check semua ni ada tak debenture interest. Ada, meaning you have paid. How much that you have paid? 1,000. Whatever in the list, meaning you have paid or you have received. So here ada debenture interest 1,000, meaning you have paid this 1,000. But remember, you are supposed to pay 10%, which is 2,000. But you paid only 1,000. So another 1,000 is what? What should we call another 1,000 that we haven't paid? What do we call that one? Anyone?
Accrued or payable.
You are uh, 2,000, you paid. You paid here 1,000. Apa yang dekat dalam list meaning you have paid or you have received. So you have paid 1,000. So meaning accrued amount another 1,000. As the accrued, but in soft P only 1,000 the accrued amount. Okay, so you have to actually know that one. Okay, kalau you tengok dia debenture interest Can you see the account on the screen?
Yes.
Okay. So remember in the list you have debenture interest 1,000. Okay. So meaning during that year, okay, you have this already done double entry credit bank debit debenture interest. Okay. But then when we calculate, you are supposed to pay 2,000, not 1,000. So another 1,000 already happened. This is the amount of the accrued amount. So that's why we transfer to SOPL 2,000 later on. Into the soft P, only 1,000. Okay, so if you are referring to the account, then you will understand. Okay, so careful. Now, sometimes in exam, okay, dia buat macam ni je tapi dia tak bagi you reminder macam ni. Macam ni dia cakap dah, the outstanding debenture interest. Dia tak cakap pun berapa, but you have to calculate. But sometimes, okay, in exam, benda ni tak ada pun, tak ada. Tak bagi dekat you ni. Dia tak bagi. Okay, sometimes dia tak bagi pun benda ni. So, you need to know from your observation through the question, you know that you need to pay 10%, okay. But let's say, okay, in the list dia bagi debenture interest 1,000, without a reminder, you should understand that there is an accrued of 1,000. Okay, so careful regarding debenture interest. Baru sampai debenture interest dan freehold building, plant and machinery, okay, provision for depreciation or the accumulated depreciation, okay. Showroom fixtures and fittings, accumulated depreciation for showroom and fittings, okay. Inventories, AR, bank, accounts payable, purchase, sales, general and admin expense, okay, rent, heating, lighting, cleaning, advertising, debenture interest, and then interim. Tengok, bila double entry already done. Okay. So interim dividend meaning the double entry will be credit bank, debit dividends expense on ordinary share. Okay. Done. Double entry done. Apa yang tak ada kat sini adalah payable, final dividends. Okay. And then they give you additional information. Okay. Value of inventories at 31st March. Okay. This is closing inventory. At cost, at net realizable value. Here we need to use the lower of cost or market value, LCM. Okay, so which one that we should take? We should take the lower one. This is your ending inventory, not 35,000. And then the directors, on the advice of an independent valuer, wish to revalue the freehold building at 500,000, and the directors decided to adopt this value in the accounts. Okay, freehold building. Mana dia freehold building? 90,000. Okay. So, balance freehold building sebelum ni, $90,000. But 500,000. So the difference is 401,000. So this value we transfer to revaluation reserve. Okay, then you credit lah. Revaluation reserve account 410,000. Okay, so careful regarding revaluation. So number 2 done. Okay, it is a company policy for depreciation. This is depreciation. Okay, the charge for advertising includes 4,000 paid for advertising material and display for a new product to be introduced by the company for the first time in June 20X1. Apa benda ni? 4,000 ni? Paid for advertising material and display for a new product which to be introduced by the company for the first time in June. Okay, meaning you have paid already, yeah, but then it is not going to be used now. It is going to be used later in June. Sekarang kita March. So what do we call this amount? Paid already, but not yet used, will be used later on. So what do we call? What do we call it?
Prepaid.
Prepaid expense or prepaid advertising. Okay, so read, understand okay. Rent, heating, lighting, cleaning expense accrued. Accrued, you faham lah, accrued. Okay, bank charges of 500 which has appeared in the bank statement has not been adjusted in the company's book of account. Okay, you did not do Vericon kan? Okay, bank charges of 500. Now, bank, when we use the service, okay, from the bank, bank will deduct from our bank account. So we do not know until we receive the bank statement at the end of the month. So bila kita tengok bank statement, oh, there is a bank charges. So in our account, in the cash book, we haven't deducted it yet. Kita tak buat lagi double entry in our books of account. Okay, so what should we do? Okay, with the amount here. Okay, what should we do? So we need to actually minus from the bank. Okay, so minus from the bank charges, okay. So minus from the bank 500, and then we should plus, okay, to the bank charges account 500. Maksudnya credit bank, debit bank charges. It is an expense account ataupun kita panggil bank fees. Okay, so this is the double entry, not yet done. So careful, your bank account will be affected later on. Right? So this is like an omission lah. Okay, error of omission. Okay, dia tertinggal. This provision need to be made. Okay, director's fees. You haven't paid director's fees 12,500. Ada tak director's fees kat sini? Tengok. Ada kan? Tak ada. Meaning you haven't paid the total amount 12,500. Audit fees 5,500. Ada tak audit fees kat sini yang dah paid? Tak ada. So meaning 5,500 is the total amount, which is also an accrued. This one also an accrued. Okay, here dia bagi you the remainder. 1 million. So the company's board is recommending, now before that, okay, let's do the director's fees dulu lah and audit fees. Lalu macam ni, dah tak ada amount, you akan tertinggal ataupun you will get confused, okay. Director's fees and audit fees. From the list, dia tak ada, meaning you haven't paid, zero, you haven't paid. So let me do this one, okay, so that you know what to do. Tak ada pun from the list, meaning haven't paid at all, okay. But then, okay, from the additional information, you know that you have an accrued amount of director's fees, 12,005, audit fees, 5,005. Okay. So this is an expense close transfer to SOPL. How much? 12,500. In PNL also 12,500. In soft P also 12,500 because you haven't paid at all during that year. 1,500. Because $8,000 to be transferred to general reserve, okay, and estimated corporation tax charge of 10,000. Ni dia dah bagi tax. Okay. So prepare a statement of profit and loss and a statement of financial position, okay, at the end of the year. Alright. So look at the statement of profit and loss, the name of the business, and then the title. See the title. Okay. Sales given, no sales return, no sales discount. Okay, minus COGS. Inventory given, purchases given, less closing inventory. Remember closing inventory yang tadi tu, by using the LCM, the lower one. Take the lower one. So 25,000. Okay, you get COGS. Right, then sales minus COGS, you still get profit. So this is actually your gross income. No revenue, then minus the expenses. Okay, debenture interest. Okay, either you write the working here, okay, or you can show this as your working. Mana? Ni. This is your working. Okay, but which one is up to you. Director's remuneration, okay, 12,500. Okay, you can show this one as your working. Ataupun tak ada working at all, just write director's remuneration 12,500 also can. Audit fees also same thing, either you write 5,500 or we show us this account as the working. Okay. Rent, heating, lighting and cleaning, you have an accrued, okay, so you plus either you show this way or you show the account, is up to you. This is the total. Okay. General and admin, okay, advertising just now you have a prepaid, should take it out. Okay, so 6,000. Bank charges tadi macam apa yang Madam cakap tadi kan, bank charges, okay, it will affect, okay, your bank, and also you are going to have an extra expense account, bank charges 500 a month. Depreciation 10%, okay, on cost, showroom, furniture and fitting also 10%, okay. And then you get net income before tax, after that, So you tengok kat sini, you ada apa? Directors remuneration and audit fees and dibanci interest. Ni yang 3, okay, the new one, right? Dan kat situ, net income before tax. Okay, minus tax given already 10,000, so just write 10,000. So you get net income after tax. Plus with the retained earnings last year. Ambil je from the list. Okay. So this is the amount available for appropriation. Okay. Minus the appropriation. Alright. Either you write here ordinary share, interim final ataupun interim ordinary share preference also can. Mana-mana je you boleh buat format kat sini because the amount will be the same. Okay. Macam apa yang dia buat ni, first dia transfer the interim first. Interim ordinary, interim preference from the trial balance, meaning paid already. Okay. How about the final dividend? Careful lah. Sini yang selalu student akan salah. Okay. Final dividend. Final dividend tadi dia cakap berapa untuk ordinary? You need to refer to the question. Read the question carefully. 10% to be paid. 10% daripada apa? 10% from the issued share. Amount, 10% daripada amount. So tengok ordinary 50,000. Issued, meaning dalam list. Amount, 50,000. So 10% multiply with 50,000. Okay, so the calculation will be 10% multiply with 50,000. So that's why you have 5,000 for the final ordinary. Interim, whatever amount for the ordinary, we transfer. And then at the end, okay, you bagi lagi 10%. Okay, this is the amount. Okay, any questions so far until final dividend ordinary? Any questions so far?
So far clear, madam.
Okay, alright. Kenapa student akan confused? Okay. Remember again, last class, I did mention that preference share ni dia ada limit. Okay. So what is the limit? The limit is the 7% tadi. Okay. Sebab dia dah mention 7% ni. 7%. Well, what did I mention? Okay. So, under additional information, the company's board is recommending ordinary dia bagi percentage, preference dia tak bagi. So meaning we are going to use that 7%. Okay. 7% from which amount? 7% from the issued amount juga. Okay, so let's calculate 7% from 40,000. Okay, alright. 7% multiply with 40,000. Okay, how much? How much? 7% multiply with 40,000? 7 multiply with 4, how much?
2,800.
2,800. 2,800 is the answer of this one, the total. But why we transfer only 1,004? This is the correct answer. Not 2008. Why not 2008? Why only 1,004? Who can tell me the answer?
Sebab yang lagi 1,400 tu dia dah bagi dekat interim dividend.
Okay, because they have paid for the interim, alright? Why? What is the reason we have to minus with the interim? Why ordinary? No need for us to minus with the interim. Why? What did I mention when I give you the differences between ordinary share, dividends for ordinary share and dividends for preference shares?
Ordinary depends on profit.
Okay, how about preference?
Preference, the dividend is confirmed.
Okay, and then there is a limit to the dividends for preference shares, right? And
Yes.
so the limit is 7%, meaning the total of the dividends that we can pay to the preference shareholders, okay, the maximum is 7%. Cannot be beyond that. Okay, so during that year, we have paid to our preference shareholders 1,004. So therefore, since the limit is 2,008, therefore, where it is today. So that's why the percentage is given early at the beginning of the year. Okay, so careful. So that's why we minus with the interim. Ordinary depends on the profit. So whatever the amount, there is no limit to the amount of shares that ordinary shareholders will get. So tak kisahlah berapa banyak pun amount dia bagi, so we just multiply. Okay, so careful regarding final dividends for preference shareholders. Okay. And then we have transfer to general reserve because they mentioned just now. Okay, ada additional information, ada transfer. Dia kata transfer to replacement reserve, then replacement reserve. Alright, so we total up the appropriation. Okay, so amount available for appropriation minus the appropriation, then you still get the balance here. This is your retained earnings that you are going to carry forward to the next year. Okay, so this is the P&L. Okay, so the differences are here. 3 more new expenses. And okay, the appropriation section start daripada corporation tax plus retained earnings minus appropriation. Ini ada dua benda je sebenarnya, dividends and reserve. But dividends tu you ada two types, ordinary and preference, and then each one pula you ada interim and final. Okay, alright, now we are going to look at the statement of financial position. The name of the business, statement of financial position, asset. Okay, so we start with non-current asset as usual. Okay, so freehold building. Okay, previously just now 90,000 kan, and then we revalue. Dia bukan depreciation, dia revalue. So the amount will be increased lah, revalue. Macam ni kita buat. Ni kan, plus with this amount. Then you get the new value. Okay, so it should be 500,000, bukan depreciation. So that's why we did not minus. Land and machinery, yes, we have accumulated depreciation. Showroom furniture and fittings also we do have accumulated depreciation. Okay. Current asset, okay, we have inventories, ARC, bank. Bank ni kena minus 500 tadi tu. Dia ada working lah kat sini. Okay, so 11,000 tu. Apa original dia bagi? Bank, 11,700. Okay. So 11,700 original bank. Okay. But because of the bank charges, remember? We need to credit bank due to the bank charges just now. So that's why the amount is 11,200. Then we have prepaid advertising because we have paid, okay, in advance. Okay, they haven't done that one. Okay, current liability is Accounts payable control, fine. Accrued rent, okay. Accrued directors remuneration, we haven't paid them all. Accrued fees also tak bayar semua. Corporation tax pun tak bayar semua lagi. Accrued debenture interest, we are supposed to pay 2,000, remember, in that year, but we paid only 1,000, so accrued amount 1,000. Final ordinary, okay, 5,000. Final preference, only 1,004 because 1,004 already paid during that year. Current asset minus current liabilities, this is your working capital. Same line dengan dia punya term dia. Working capital same line. Jangan pula letak working capital kat atas ni. And then dekat sini you letak net asset kat sini, which is wrong. Okay. Alright. And then below we have finance by section. You have shareholders equity. See ordinary and preference. You have authorized and issued. Authorized dekat awal paragraph yang first tu. Okay. Issued dekat dalam list. Remember dia ada 1 juta kan, 1 million units at 50 cents each. So 50 cents multiply with 1 million, then that's why you have 500,000 value. Okay, preference shares 500,000 units multiply with 1 ringgit, 500,000. And then we have reserve, retained earnings daripada P&L. Okay, this is supposed to be SOPL. Share premium, last year you had a balance, this year no balance, no transfer, no new transfer. Revaluation reserve 401 tadi. General reserve, this is last year's balance you carry plus this year's amount that you transfer. Add long-term liability. That's it. So kalau dia tanya owner's equity je, meaning owner's equity total amount should be 593,520. 593,520. Okay, owner's equity. Okay. But if they ask you finance by section, until the end lah, 613,520. Okay, so that's it regarding the format. Okay. Any question regarding the format? Any question? Just be careful regarding the kalau SOPL tu expenses and also the appropriation part below. SOFP, current liabilities, okay, and also the owner's equity part. And then yang paling student confused is the calculation of final dividends for preference. Careful, preference, there is a limit. Ordinary, no limit at all. So whatever percentage given, then you need to actually calculate. Okay, one more thing regarding the calculation of dividend ni, kalau you tengok soalan number, it could be percentage, it could be number of cents per unit. Number okay. Look at question number 3. Look at question number 3. Page 276. Under additional information tu, you tengok number 7. Number 7 dia kata apa? Look at number 7. Okay. Question 3. Additional information number 7. Apa dia kata? The final preference dividend and okay, a proposed ordinary dividend. Final preference dividend meaning masa tadi tu kita kira percentage, okay? And then dia kata a proposed ordinary dividends of 2 cents per share. Final ordinary shares. 2 cents per share. Or to be provided for. Okay. Ini dia tak bagi percentage. Macam tadi tu dekat dalam kita punya illustration dia bagi percentage dia apa? 10%. Okay. Tapi ordinary now they give you 2 cents per share. So you kena tengok pula how many shares that have been issued. Look at question number 7. Question number 7, how many shares issued? Okay. Tengok page 276. 276 in the list. Okay, 276 in the list. Dia kata ordinary share capital at 50 cents. Amount 500,000. Okay. So ini yang issued ni, ini in the list. So in the list meaning issued share. Okay, so who can tell me how many units of ordinary shares that has been issued? Kenapa kita kena calculate how many shares issued? Sebab dia kata 2 cent per share. Dia tak cakap pun how many units kat sini. Then, how many units? Who can tell me how many units? Macam mana nak cari tu how many units? Kalau tadi dia bagi 10% je, senang je 10% multiply with this one lah. 10% multiply with 500,000 then 50,000. That is the proposed or final ordinary share, dividend for ordinary share. Tapi sekarang dia kata 2 cent. So macam mana nak buat? Okay, so first we tengok dulu issued ordinary shares. For value dia 50 cents. Total value 500,000. So how many units?
1 million.
How did you get 1 million? What is the calculation? How did you get that 1 million?
Divide
Divide what? Which one?
500,000 divided by 50 cents.
Divide with 50 cents, right? Okay. Now, actually, the formula is, okay, let's say you feel blur, okay, in a, divide by 50 cents. Let's say you feel blur. Okay, now, in order for you to get this total amount, macam mana nak dapat total ni? Total ni adalah, of course, number of units. Okay, katalah number of units tu kita kata Y, number of units. Multiply with the value, mesti dapat 500,000. Okay, total number of units yang kita jual, we sell at 50 cents, then we get the total value that we sold. Okay, but then we do not know Y. So what is Y? Y is equal to 500,000 divided by 50 cents. That's why you get 1 million. So, meaning you have issued 1 million units of ordinary share. Okay. Jadi, so kita cari final dividends, okay, of ordinary shares. So, dia kata 2 cent per share. 2 cent pun mesti careful, 2 cent, not 20 cent, 2 cent. What is the meaning of 2 cent? 0.02 multiply with 1 million. So answer dia, what is the answer?
20,000.
20,000 ringgit. Okay. So this is the answer for the final dividend for ordinary. Dia tak bagi kita percentage, dia bagi kita number of cents. Okay. So please be careful regarding these two methods in calculating dividends. okay, for the shares. Okay. So I need to highlight this one lah. Okay, and careful about the limit for the preference shares. Okay, so I think that's all that I need to remind you all. The rest I could be straightforward just on that. Okay, for next class, okay, on Tuesday and Wednesday, no class for you all. Okay, meaning the whole week, no class, no accounting to class. Okay, so I'll see you again after Hari Raya. Okay, so after Hari Raya, okay, on Tuesday for group 906 and 913, Wednesday for group 913. Okay, we are going to discuss one question and another one question to be presented by the group. Okay, so group 904, okay, group 904 on Wednesday kan? Okay, so group 904, the group, okay, which presented last class will need to present question number 1. Okay, and then the whole class need to do question number 2. Okay, group 906, okay, the group, okay, which presented, okay, last class need to present question number 3. The whole group need to do question number 4. Okay, lastly, group 913, okay, 913, the group, okay, which presented last time need to do question number 5 at 5. Okay, and then the whole group need to do question number 6. Kita ada 6 semua soalan kan? Okay, so 6, okay, meaning completed. Okay, so all the answers, okay, will be discussed and then you will get the answers. Okay, you can refer to the video later on for your revision. Okay, so company done. Okay, so any question before I close the class? Any question? No? So hopefully corporation company, okay, is okay. Okay, now so far I think the complicated one could be the partnership lah. Okay, the changes and also the dissolution. Okay, but the rest I think it is okay. Alright, okay, so no question, no question. So if you have any question, okay, you can actually message me. And ada soalan ke?
Tak ada, madam.
Right. So okay, we close our class with Surah Al-Az and Tasbih Kafarah. Okay, so I wish you all selamat Hari Raya, maaf zahir batin. Raya elok-elok.
Selamat Raya, Madam.
Ya, jangan pergi berjalan sangat-sangat ya. Okay, stay at home, stay safe you all. Okay,
Okay,
so
madam.
Assalamualaikum, bye.
Thank you, madam. Have a nice
Thank
day.
you, madam.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you, Madam.